Wake up, baby. You want coffee?
Yeah, take a coffee.
Move, Roxy. I wake up every day. I do the same things that any other person would do in life. My typical day is I wake up around about 6:30 in the morning. Don't know why I wake up so early, but I do. And around about 7:30, I wake Raymond up, and he tell me he's not ready to get up. So then I make coffee, and after I make coffee, he goes back to sleep. You know, Raymond don't even have HIV. He take 5 pills a day. I take 1 pill, you know, and that's like taking a vitamin every day for me. I met Raymond in 2012. I was living at the YWCA then, and as time went on, I was liking him more and more and more, and it was in my mind that, okay, I had HIV, and I knew that he didn't have HIV, so I was like, when do I tell him, or do I tell him? So, Raymond was just sitting there, so I said, Raymond, I gotta tell you something. He was like, well, what is it? Because he was waiting for a day and a half for me to tell him what I had to tell him. So, I like, well, I got HIV, and he started crying, and he asked my doctor, well, how long do she have left to live? You know, I'm like, I looked at him, I'm like, people don't die from that no more. You know, he was like back in the 80s with his thinking of HIV. And he was like, I'm not asking your doctor. My doctor said exactly what she just told you. And he was like, well, I want to be with her. I still want to be with her. And she was telling him about a drug called PrEP, because he's HIV negative. So he was like, sure, I'll get on it. And he got on PrEP, and he found out all about HIV, and we've been together for almost 4 years, and everything's going great. I'm happy we're still together.
All right.
Roxy, my dog, has been my lifesaver. When I first got Roxy, I was still addicted to drugs. She has been with me through the days that I cried. She has been with me through all my struggles, you know. I found out about BABES through word of mouth. And when I first got to BABES, I met Nicole. And she was just a smiling face, walking in, and I was like, okay, this place is cool. And that's when I learned out about my disease. That's when I learned out about HIV. Because, you know, they talk to you about it, they find out where you at, they find out how you dealing with it, you know, and they got groups and everything, support groups, and, you know, you learn about your disease.
Go ahead and check in.
The type of support that I get from BABES is emotional support. And I love BABES because, you know, you can go there and talk to them about anything, you know, and it's all women. You don't want to go in there and talk to men about, you know, your sex problems. You don't want to go in there and talk to men about the problems you're having with your inner body, you know. So there's women there, and they really care. I go talk to my case manager at BABES. Her name is Julia. And I like talking to her, so we just talk about whatever's going on in my life at the time, problems I'm having. Those people there that will really work with you as long as you're trying to help yourself. You know, ain't nobody in this world just gonna give you anything, but if you're trying to help yourself, then it's people out here that's gonna help you. My fall routine is I get ready for school, I go to school, I stay in school all day long. My experience in going back to school has been hard, stressful, scary, terrifying for real. I had been to school like 20 years, I think, and I was like, oh my goodness, and math, oh my goodness. Once I got in school, and you know, my body was clean from drugs, and I was healthy as far as my HIV, and everything was going right, my mind really just picked up from where I left off in school at. Since I've been in school, I've been on the dean's list, you know, and it just comes from hard work. If you work hard, and if you really want something in life, then you'll get it if you work hard at it. When I get out of school in the spring, I'll have my AA degree in chemical dependency. But I really want to be a social worker. The reason why I want to be a social worker, I want to have my master's one day so I can change policies for addicts and people with addiction problems and plus people with HIV. You know, change. Well, people with HIV is still a problem. And I think I'm still on that right path because I had support and help and loving people around me that really showed me that they cared, you know, and they helped me with my problems. They helped me with anything that I needed help with. You know, I'm living life like anybody else would live life. That's it. That's my typical day. Whenever I go to sleep, I go to sleep. I wake up, do it all over again the next day.